The #1 video about the Philippines. Can you live in the Philippines for $1,000 a month? There's dozens and dozens of videos. Can you live in the Philippines for $1,000 a month? Okay. The answer is yes. This is what I spent the last month. My house is $600 a month. Now, I got a big house with a big yard and a big front yard and a big backyard with 3 air conditioners with 2 full bathrooms with hot water. So I got an American style house. Now, 1 minute from my house, there's some nice apartments. I'm not talking like Memphis where there's 400 units. There's like 3 units with the air conditioned, clean. I looked at them. You can get that for $200 a month. I go to the Essentia Hotel every day and eat for 200 pesos, 400 pesos. Oh, well, 200 pesos is like $3.50. I can go to the Essentia Hotel, and you saw the videos, and eat good food for $5 a day. So if I take $50 and I go to Robinson and I get eggs, cheese, bread, ham, Diet Coke, bottled water, I can spend $50 a month and eat breakfast. Sometimes dinner, I might make a sandwich. Usually I don't eat any dinner. Maybe I eat something small like a piece of chocolate cake. Chocolate cake! So if you spend $50 and you go to the grocery store and get groceries once a month, and you go to the Essentia Hotel, I can eat for $5 a day. Big food, good food, fresh food. So let's see, let's do the math. I'm a pilot. There's a mosquito in here. I'm a pilot. 30 days in a month. There's a bug flying around. 30 days a month at $5. That's $150. So I'm going to spend $200 on food. Okay, my house is $600. 600 and 200 is 800. I'm going to spend $18 for Wi-Fi, $4 for water, maybe $40 for electricity. So we got 6, 7, 8, 9. That's $900 a month. Right now I'm living off $900 a month. My Social Security is way above that I get every month. So, gasoline in my motorcycle is $3. I can drive 2 weeks. Now, your startup cost is different. Now, once you pay the initial startup cost to come here, I bought all new furniture, I bought a truck, I bought a motorcycle. That's separate. You're going to have to come with your startup cost. Now, you don't need a motorcycle and a truck. You can ride a trike. They will take you anywhere in the city for 50 pesos, which is basically 85 cents. You don't need a truck. You don't need a motorcycle. That's just Glenn. I like to have my own transportation. Plus, I want to be able to drive and travel, and I don't want to have to depend on a trike. But the trike is fine. So, can you live here on $1,000 a month? Easily. If I moved to those apartments and I spent $200 a month for rent, $200 for food, and the utilities would be a lot cheaper, I could live for $600 a month. These people, look, you don't want to live in the middle of Dumaguete City. It's not traffic like LA or New York City. It gets a little congested sometimes, but it's nowhere near bad like the big cities in America. But the noise pollution, the loud music, the mufflers, you don't want to live there. You need to go a mile north from Dumaguete. You need to find a nice house like mine. I'll bring you to my neighborhood. My neighborhood is nice and quiet. Now, there's a concrete road that leads all the way to my driveway. You do not want to get a house with a dirt road, because when it rains, it's going to be muddy, and you don't want that. So, if you budget your money wisely, these people spending $2,000 a month, they negotiated a bad deal. And I've talked to expats here that said, yeah, I negotiated a bad deal. You got to know how to negotiate your bill in the Philippines. Because if you're a white American, You're going to pay 30% more than everybody else, but you don't have to. You can pay 20% less than everybody else, but you got to understand the culture and how to negotiate a deal. Now, I don't want to put that on video. If you want to know how to negotiate the deal, you need to call me direct and we'll talk about it. I'm not going to put that on video. But yes, you can live here for less than $1,000 a month. Now, if you want to live on the beach and you're going out to eat downtown every day, you're going to blow right through that $1,000 a month. There's no need to live on the beach. I can drive to the beach in 10 minutes. If you live on the beach, of course it's going to go up because it's beachfront property. So if you come here and you're smart and you budget your money, you can easily live $600-800 a month. You know, and I'm gonna say you can do it for $500 a month if you take your time and find a nice apartment away from the city. I don't want to live in an apartment. I don't want to see people. I'm a people person. One good thing about the Philippines, I can walk around all day long and talk to people. When I come home, I want to shut my gate, and I got a concrete wall all the way around my house. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see nobody. So it depends on your lifestyle and where you want to live. So all these videos, the second day I was here, I met a guy in the mall. He says, believe about half of what you hear and see on those videos. I said, really? They didn't. Now, after being here a month, believe about half of what you see and hear in those videos. My mother had no filter. She was a very honest person, and I'm the same way. I have no filter, and I'm a very honest person. You can live here for $500-600 a month. Those videos, oh, you gotta have $2,000 a month. No, you don't. You're gonna have to have some startup money. You really need $5,000 to $10,000 startup money. Now, if you want a good truck, that's gonna be $23,000. If you want a good motorcycle, that's gonna be $5,000. If you want new furniture in your house, that's gonna be $3,000. But if you rent a house with all of that in there already, you don't have to have that startup money. I got a house empty because I want new stuff. I don't want to see it on furniture that somebody else has been sitting on. Everything in my house is new, except the wooden kitchen table because it was too heavy and they didn't want to move it out, and I like it anyway. So you really need to think before you come here. Dude, I really wish I hadn't bought that truck because I really don't need it at this point, but I bought it, so, I got it. And I'm going to keep it because I like it. So you don't really need a truck. You can get a little cheap $5,000 car because you're not going anywhere. You're going to go to town. You're going to go to the hot springs. It ain't like you're going to drive from Memphis to LA. You're not going to go anywhere. And you can use a trike or you can get a nice motorcycle. Now, I wouldn't get on the scooter. That's a whole nother video right there. I would not buy a scooter and get on a scooter. I would buy the motorcycle I have. It's got great suspension. Twice I've hit a brick in the road. I didn't see it. I hit a big brick in the road. The suspension on my motorcycle and went right over it. If I'd have been on a scooter, just don't get on a scooter. Spend a little more money. Get the Honda CRF 300. It's got power. It's lighter. It's got the suspension. And it can get you away from people and out of traffic. You want to stay away from people. You want to slow down or speed up so you don't get near everybody else. But can you live for less than $1,000 a month in the Philippines? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if you got a girlfriend or a wife, it's going to go up a little bit, but not really that much. So, $1,000 a month, you can live like a king. If you got $2,000 a month in the Philippines, you're rich. So the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Yes.